Hi guys, we are going to continue on with lesson 6-7. We will be going to the back side, the second side of that page. Before we start, you will need your math packet number 1, a pencil, a ruler, an eraser, and your centimeter dot paper. You will then go to page 326. So if you could just make sure you get your supplies, pause me if you must, and then press play when you come back. All right, we're going to review what adjacent sides are. So adjacent sides aren't just when we have sides that are next to each other, but they are sides that are directly next to each other to the point that they could cross, unlike A to A, which will never cross, or B to B, which will never cross. So side A and B will definitely cross in any one of these corners. All right. Knowing that, we can then look at page 326. We are going to work on 7, 8, 9 together. On the centimeter dot paper, you are going to draw all the possible rectangles with an area of 12 square centimeters. So in order to do that, we know that length times width is area. So what are all the possible numbers or equations where we can have one multiple times another multiple to equal 12? So let's start with an easy one. 1 times 12. Can we do 2 times anything? Absolutely. 2 times 6 also equals 12. Can we do 3 times anything? Yes, we can. Of course, to do 4 times anything, we're just repeating ourselves. And so these are the 3 equations that we can do. So in order to do the rest of this, we need to draw our rectangles. So we have a 1 by 12 centimeter shape right there. We know that 1 times 12 is 12 centimeters squared because we know these are centimeter dot paper. So each from one dot to another is 1 centimeter. So now we know that our adjacent sides for the first figure are 1 and 12. We also know that the perimeter would be taking each side plus all the other sides. So 1 plus 12 plus 1 plus 12 will equal 26 centimeters for a perimeter. So your chart should look like mine, and your dot paper should look like mine. You do not need to write down what's in the green. That's just to help you out to show you my thinking. All right. Next, we can do a figure that is 2 by 6, and we labeled the adjacent sides. Then we are going to say 2 times 6 is 12 centimeters squared, and that is the area. We also can see that our adjacent sides are 2 and 6. 2 plus 6 plus 2 plus 6 equals 16 centimeters, and that is our perimeter going all the way around. We then can do our next rectangle, which is going to be 3 by 4. And so our adjacent sides are 3 times 4, and that equals 12 centimeters squared. 3 and 4 are the adjacent sides in our chart. 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus 4 equals 14 centimeters. That is your perimeter going all the way around. Now we're going to look for a pattern just like we did before when we were finding similar perimeters and then the different areas. So here we know that the top, or the rectangle that has the greatest perimeter, is the one with the adjacent sides the furthest apart. So the first rectangle has the greatest perimeter and the adjacent sides are the most different in length. Okay, that's one pattern. Our least perimeter would be the last rectangle. It has the least perimeter and the adjacent sides are the closest in length. So we go from one to the other. Now, knowing these things, you're going to write this down. If you need to pause this to take time to fill in your page, go ahead. Otherwise, we're going to look at problems number 10, 11, and 12, which are going to be your homework. For number 10, we have 3 spaces on our chart. You are going to find all of the possible rectangles with an area of 18 square centimeters. Now, what are all of the multiples of 18? We know 1 times 18 is going to be our first one. and think of 2s and 3s and whatever. So what are those adjacent sides going to be? What are all of the multiples that equal 18? That's how you're going to find your adjacent sides and the measurements for your length and width of your rectangles on the paper. Then you'll be finding your perimeter for each one also. And then you're also comparing them, right? So that brings us on to what your homework is going to be, which is numbers 10, 11, and 12 on page 326. So you're going to open a new Google Doc, give it your first name, page 326, share it with me, upload your pictures of your finished work to the new Google Doc. Make sure you hold your paper still and that I can actually read it, because some of you are writing so lightly it's hard to read. Make sure you have the correct label in place. Those are key things for you to do. All right, have fun with this and good luck.